State lawmakers want people convicted of sexually assaulting children to face the death penalty.
America, we need to talk about one of the most horrific cases that I have personally ever covered up until this date. Remember that underground bunker in Alabama where at least 10 children as young as 3 years old were sexually blanked and blanked? Well, Alabama lawmakers just announced that they're filing legislation to make child blank punishable by death. But here's the problem. The Supreme Court banned this in 2008, saying that they can only get the death penalty for crimes involving loss of life. Alabama's Attorney General says they're going to fight that ruling all the way back to the Supreme Court.
It is one of the worst offenses. It deserves the worst of the worst punishments.
That punishment, the death penalty for those convicted of sexually abusing a child under the age of 12.
What is up, guys? Tyson De La Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This case has shaken Alabama to its core, and honestly, it should shake all of America. It shook me when I was reporting it to you guys. When you hear the details of what happened in this bunker, you'll understand why lawmakers want to make this the ultimate punishment. If you haven't checked out that video, go ahead and click the link here somewhere on this video after this video to check out that video. Unfortunately, YouTube demonetized that particular video because they don't like particular words and situations about children and stuff that happens when you're on the freeway and there's a lot of cars, and it's called traffic, and they don't like those two words together. But this message has to get out to the public. Let me give you a little reminder of what we're dealing with here. In Bibb County, Alabama, authorities uncovered a blank trafficking ring operating out of an underground storm shelter, basically a bunker where the most unthinkable crimes are being committed against kids. 7 people have been arrested so far, with more charges expected. The victims range from anywhere from 3 years old to 15 years old. I want you to think about this for a second. 3 years old, being blank, abused, and when there's a lot of cars on the freeway and it's called traffic, in an underground bunker. This is sick.
7 people are charged with crimes involving children as young as 3, including human trafficking and sexual torture.
10 children have been identified as victims so far, and 7 adults are behind bars.
The charges include rape, human trafficking, blank torture, and kidnapping. Some of the victims were abused by their own parents and relatives. This wasn't just some random PDFs. This was an organized, systematic abuse of kids by people who were supposed to protect them.
Some of the victims, the offenders, were their parents and different relatives and things like that.
And get this, what makes this even more disturbing is that most of these suspects had no serious criminal history before this. Rebecca Brewer was charged with 8 counts of human trafficking and kidnapping and 3 counts of blank torture, but had no prior criminal records. These weren't career criminals. They were monsters hiding in plain sight. The horror of this case have prompted Alabama lawmakers to take unprecedented action. State Representative Matt Simpson and Senator April Weaver announced that they're filing legislation in the next session to make child blank punishable by death.
Simpson, along with Senator April Weaver, say they plan to refile a bill that would call for the death penalty, capital punishment, in cases involving children younger than 12 years old.
Speaking of protecting children from PDFs, let's talk about something that hits way too close to home. While we're fighting for justice in Alabama, PDFs are using the internet right now to hunt down children online. They're tracking kids' digital footprints, monitoring their social media activity, and using their personal data to identify and target victims. This is exactly why I use CyberGhost VPN to protect my digital privacy. And here's why every parent needs to understand this threat. Look, the same monsters who commit these horrific crimes in real life are also operating online. They're using sophisticated tracking methods to identify vulnerable kids, monitor their online behavior, and build profiles for potentially trafficking. When your kids go online without protection, PDFs can see their real location, track their browse history, and access their personal information. Ghost VPN creates an encrypted tunnel that hides your family's internet activity from PDFs, hackers, and data brokers. With over 38 million users worldwide and servers in over 100 countries, it's trusted by families who take their children's safety seriously. One subscription protects up to 7 devices, your kids' phones, tablets, laptops, and gaming systems. This means PDFs can't track your children's locations, monitor their online activity, or access their personal data to use against them. Right now, CyberGhost VPN is offering my audience the best deal ever, just $2.19 plus 4 months free. That's 83% off with a 45 money day back guarantee. As we fight for justice in cases like this in Alabama, we need to protect our children from online PDFs who are hunting them every single day. Your children's digital safety is worth more than a cup of coffee. The link is in the description down below. Protect your family online. Now back to Alabama's fight for ultimate justice. Senator Weaver, who represents Bibb County where this happened, made it personal. Most people assume that this couldn't happen in their backyard, but as someone who has deep roots in Bibb County and someone who represents Bibb County in Alabama State, she says, I just want you to know that these events have hit really, really close to home.
Most people assume that it couldn't happen in their backyard, but as someone who has deep roots in Bibb County and someone who represents Bibb County in the Alabama Senate, I just want you to know that these events have hit really, really close to home.
Representative Simpson also didn't mince any words. It's unfortunate that we're here to discuss these blank of children and the penalties of rape because this is one of the worst offenses. It deserves the worst criminal punishment.
It is unfortunate that we are here to discuss the rape of children and the penalties for the rape of children. Because it is one of the worst offenses, it deserves the worst of the worst punishment.
And here's where it gets legally complicated. In 2008, the Supreme Court ruled in Kennedy v. Louisiana that the death penalty can only be imposed for crimes that result in death of a victim. This effectively banned capital punishment for children rape cases. But Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall says his office is ready to fight.
We'll make sure that we are defending this law, as we've done many others that the legislature has passed, to be able to send a clear message about not only the intent of the legislature in protecting kids, but the public policy in our state is how we hold those who hurt our children accountable.
Alabama isn't alone in this fight. According to Representative Simpson, 5 other states passed similar laws: Tennessee, Florida, Idaho, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. There's a growing movement to challenge the Supreme Court's 2008 ruling.
According to Representative Simpson, 5 other states have passed similar laws: Tennessee, Florida, Idaho, Oklahoma, and Arkansas.
The lawmakers believe that this bill will pass quickly in Alabama. Senator Weaver said, "We believe that this bill will move quickly, not quick enough though. The support is there. They just need to get it through the legislative process." Bibb County Sheriff Jody Wade, who's leading the investigation, believes that the death penalty could serve as a powerful deterrent.
When you enhance the DUI penalties, a lot of people decided, well, I'm not driving drunk because I don't want to do this. I got CDLs, I'm not going to do this. So I think any kind of punishment is absolutely a deterrent, but it's good to have it there when it does not deter people.
Sheriff Wade also pointed out this isn't unique to Bibb County.
It's not unique to Bibb County. This type of thing goes on in a lot of other places, and there's a lot of law enforcement officers that work cases sometimes just as horrific as this.
The goal isn't just punishment here, it's prevention. One of the lawmakers put it, "We hope that nobody is subjected to this penalty because that means that no one will have hurt a child in this way." This case represents something much bigger in Alabama. We're seeing a nationwide reckoning on how we handle the worst crimes against children. The fact that 5 other states have passed similar laws shows this isn't a Southern thing. This is America saying enough is enough. The suspects in the Bibb County case won't be affected by this new law if it passes. It won't be retroactive, but future cases would see the ultimate punishment if Alabama succeeds to challenge the Supreme Court ruling. What's encouraging is the bipartisan support that this is getting. When we're talking about protecting children from blank abusers, politics goes out the window. Both Republicans and Democrats can agree that some crimes are so horrendous they deserve the ultimate punishment. The defense team for one of the Bibb County suspects has already filed a motion to restrict media coverage, trying to limit exposure to prejudicial information. They know how horrific this case is, and they're trying to control the narrative. America, this Alabama case should be a wake-up call in every state and every county. When children as young as 3 years old are being blank abused and trafficked in an underground bunker, we need to ask ourselves if the current punishments are adequate. The death penalty for child rape isn't just about revenge. It's about justice and deterrence. Some crimes are so evil, so destructive to innocent lives, that life in prison just isn't enough. When you destroy a child's innocence through blank abuse, you committed a crime that deserves the ultimate punishment. Alabama lawmakers are showing real courage by taking on the Supreme Court's 2008 ruling. With 5 other states passing similar laws, their momentum is building for a challenge that could restore the death penalty for the worst crimes against children. The monsters who committed these crimes in Bibb County will face justice under the current law, but future PDFs need to know that if they harm children, they could pay with their lives. And to be honest, that's not cruel and unusual punishment. To me, that's the the appropriate justice for these cruelest crimes. Real quick before you leave, that CyberGhost VPN deal is about protecting your children from online PDFs. While we're fighting for justice in Alabama, PDFs are now hunting kids on the internet right now. 38 million users trust CyberGhost VPN to keep their families safe online. And right now, it's just $2.19 a month. If you have a child who's using the internet, click the link in the description. Their safety is priceless. I'll keep you updated as this legislation moves through Alabama and as other states join the fight. And remember, protecting our children should be our highest priority in society. Let me know what you guys think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.